Hi guys, so I want to tell you a story. When I was in high school, there was a girl on my cross country team, and she actually committed suicide. Well, ever since then, I have had a lot of trouble with talking about myself, and I've always made other people talk and asked questions about other people and never answered them myself, and I never um I never would talk about me, and I would just always pray for others and help others and do nice things for them and focus on them, and I would never focus on myself, and that has hurt me in a lot of ways because number one, I was constantly hurting, and I was stressed and overwhelmed and on days exhausted, and I hurt and struggled and was in pain and stressed, and just like everybody else, I would have bad days, I would get stressed, I would get overwhelmed, just like everybody else, but I would never let that show. And that has hurt me in a lot of ways because it's caused me to do things that I shouldn't have done that are not healthy, and it can one of the biggest one of the biggest one of the biggest things that happens when you don't open up and are vulnerable is the fact that you can lose people and lose friendships. See, guys, you don't let people get when you don't let people get to know you, and when you hold everything inside, and when you don't talk about yourself, or when you don't answer other people's questions and just ask them questions, or ask questions in return. One of the biggest things that can happen is that you lose people because you push them away. And that's happened a lot with me because I would never answer questions, and I would never talk about me or let people in or show them, if I was in pain or whatever, or struggling. And so it's caused a lot of people to leave me, and it's destroyed a lot of my relationships. And when you do those things, what I have learned is that it makes people feel like it's one-sided, and it makes people feel like they don't know you, like you know them, and it makes people, it just denies that person the opportunity to get to know you and to help you and to be a light and an example and a help in however way they can to you, like you are to them. And so I always thought, ever since the thing in high school happened, I always thought that if I didn't take care of everybody else, then something bad would happen. And so whenever and this still happens today, whenever I want to ask for prayer or take care of myself or think about myself or talk or whatever, I feel selfish. Well, sometimes, guys, it is more selfish to not do those things, to not let out your emotions, to not be vulnerable, to not talk, to not cry or vent to somebody, because of what I said. It denies the other person of being able to help you and to listen to you and to get to know you and just to be there for you. And it can also destroy relationships because then they feel like they don't trust you. And sometimes you even do things or say things that you regret to the people you love because you're so stressed and you just break. And so I want to read you guys a Facebook post I had. And I want to talk about some of the points. So here are some of the quotes that I had on there. I really like this one. It's from Cinderella. It says, "The greatest risk any of us will take is to be seen as we are." The next one says, "To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength." There's another one that says, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Another says, what makes you vulnerable makes you beautiful. And the last one says, we are at our most powerful the moment we no longer need to be powerful. See, guys, a lot of us don't like opening up or talking or crying because we think it's bad. We think it's selfish. We think we need to be focused on others. We think that we shouldn't because we're not in as much pain as somebody else. But here's the thing, guys. We all need a shoulder to cry on. We all need a hug, a smile, a compliment. We all need someone to tell us that it's going to be okay. We all need someone to smile or to hug us, to high five us, to encourage us, to pray for us. We all need someone to let us know that God loves us, that that things will get better, that we can do it, that to never give up. We all need someone to tell us to hold on, to keep going, to never quit. We all need someone to say, you are loved, you matter, you make a difference, you are important, you are special, we need you, I appreciate you, I love you, you are valuable to me, you are needed, you are enough, you are more than enough, you are worthy, you are perfect the way you are. We all need somebody to be a friend. We all need love, encouragement, support, mercy, grace, healing, comfort. We all need a listening ear. We all need caring and love and kindness, and we all need someone to tell us that that we are gonna make it. And we all need someone to tell us that we're beautiful. We all need, we all need help, and we all need healing. And so, sorry, I'm trying to find my, what, and since we all need that, and none of us are, less deserving than others. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that vulnerability, is a good thing. It's strength. It's being brave. It's our greatest act of courage. See, guys, we tend to fear being vulnerable, showing people how we really are, we fear taking off that mask and showing them the real emotional, struggling, hurting, broken, flawed, and crazy us. We fear telling them how we are really doing or showing them who we really are. We fear taking off the pretend and the fake smiles and laughs and behavior and letting people see us as we truly are. And sometimes, guys, the fact is doing that is what frees us. Because we are all broken, we are all hurting, and we are all struggling, and we're all sinful, and we've all fallen short of God's glory. We all mess up and make mistakes. We all grieve and mourn and have bad days and bad weeks. We all get stressed, overwhelmed, angry, sad, emotional. We all have emotions and feelings. We all cry and feel alone and hopeless and like nothing will get better or things won't be okay. Sometimes, we all need each other, and we all need love, and we all need care and encouragement, and we all need support. And I think that one of the bravest things that you can do is to take off that mask and to let somebody see you as you are. There's a Bible verse that says, sorry if I can find it. If I can find it in here. But my grace is, Sorry. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Well, guys, it is at our weakest times, or when we are the most vulnerable, that God does his greatest work. Where am I? Sorry. When we let go of the fear, the fakeness, the pretending, and take off the mask and let him and everyone else see us where we are, and be honest and open, God meets us there, and that is when we feel better and we are at our strongest, and when we are able to help others. See, guys, so I wanted to tell boys that, if I can find it, that it's okay to be open, it's okay to let out your emotions, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be vulnerable, because we all, need support and stuff. And to be honest, I think that that a man is somebody who is vulnerable, who does talk and let out his emotions and cry and, be honest and open, rather than somebody who just pretends and hides all of his emotions in and just pretends to be a strong guy. And when a guy is emotional and talks and lets out his emotions, to me, that's really sexy. Sorry for the language. And girls, don't be afraid to do that either, because it's good for you too, and it doesn't make you bad or selfish or anything. Let's see. See if there's any other points I wanted to talk about. Basically, guys, we're all broken and we're all hurting and struggling, and we all need love. So, and it is actually a good thing to talk and to let out your emotions. Because when you do, you feel so much better. And I wanted you guys to, whenever you're feeling like, whenever you're tempted to not talk or to not get help or not let out your emotions or not cry or not talk to somebody, I want you to remember this song. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. So, lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. See, guys, what I'm learning is that the more that I hold stuff in and ask other people or talk about other people and just focus on them and only ask them questions and only talk about them and not answer questions myself and not talk about myself and not let my emotions out, the more that people don't trust me and don't want to open up to me, and the more that they feel like it's one-sided, the more they feel like they don't know me. And what I've realized is they want to know me. They want to get to know me. They want to help me just like I'm helping them. They want to be that person who can make my day or, help me get better. They want to help. And I'm being selfish by denying them that opportunity to help and to pray and to encourage me and to be a friend and to support me. And the more that I open up, the more other people do. And the more that I talk about me and answer questions and just talk about me, the more others will too. And so another thing that I've learned is just that when you hold it all in, it destroys you and it destroys your relationships, and you can actually end up hurting people more than loving them. And because it can destroy relationships and it can destroy yourself because you just break and push people away. So I guess the point I want to get at is, if you want to help others and you want to, really make a difference in their lives, you have to learn to help yourself. And sometimes helping yourself is by being vulnerable and letting out your emotions and getting help yourself.